everybody, my name is Huai. Today I learn English, American textbook reading, social study 2, lesson 5. Let's start. Hello my students, I'm glad you're here today. Today we're going to be learning about the Pledge of Allegiance. In this lesson, you will discover the Pledge of Allegiance and the flag of the U.S. So this girl, she's pledging with the flag. She's showing respectful for the flag. So let's start our lessons. Okay, so the first word we have here is pledge. Pledge means the words of promise. So when you're pledging, you're saying the words that you promise to do it. You will never do something that is the opposite of the word that you said. The next word we have here is allegiance. Allegiance is being faithful to someone or something. So this guy here, he's wearing the flag of America, right? And he's allegiance. He's faithful to America. If you are allegiance to your family or your school or your grandparents, then you rate people. But if you are allegiance to yourself, just only yourself, then you can be very selfish, right? You don't want any other people to be better than you, right? You just want you to be the best. So that's wrong, right? Okay, and the next word we have here is flag. Flag is kind of like a piece of cloth that is a symbol of a group or nation or country. So this is kind of like a piece of cloth, or sometimes can be a piece of paper too. That is a symbol. It is not just only flags or symbol. Numbers and letters and words are also symbols of a group or nations or any other things, or maybe even a country, right? So, a flag is a piece of cloth that is a symbol of a group, an organization, or maybe even a country, right? The next word we have here is stand for. Stand for. What does stand for mean? Stand for is kind of like you stand for. You symbolize it. This stand for word is kind of like it equals. It is the synonym of the word symbolize. It's kind of like symbolize to mean something. Kind of like if you see a bird that looks like that, this is wrapping a piece of blueberry branch. Then it means peace. You are in peaceful. You are very peaceful. Okay, so the next word we have here is the word honor. Honor is a very nice word to tell about someone. Honor is kind of like to do something to show respect. You're respectful of something, for someone or something, right? You're respectful, right? So these guys, they are showing very great honor, because they always shows honors about people who did something for them and who helps their countries to be more beautiful. Okay, so this is kind of like a people who have been died in this great place, right? So I think this is a people who have been died, and this is in Washington, D.C. I think so, remember so. Okay, the next word we have here is liberty. Liberty is kind of like having the right to be free from any control. So you're living in a city where there's a king or a queen who kind of like says what need to do, what do you need to think about, what do you need to do every day, what taxes do you need to pay, then you are not free and you're not liberty. You don't have any liberty. You don't have the right to be freedom. You're not being controlled by these queens or these leaders, right? But if you're living in a country where there's no big queens or any kings, right? Just small leaders. Then this is kind of like you're living in the free. You're having the right to be free from any control. Now you're free to do something. You're now in freedom. You can do anything. In the past, countries have bigger countries who goes in and kind of like they control the small country, right? So now, the next word we have is justice. Justice is treating people equally and fairly. So justice is kind of like a people who's following the laws to treat people, right? They're not going out of the laws. They are using the laws to help people, right? So this is kind of like a nice thing to do. You need to treat people equally and fairly, so there'll be enough fairful in your commune. If you are a leader, then you need to be fairful. The next word we have is republic. Republic is kind of like breeze, kind of like again, and public is kind of like things that many people can use together. A country where leaders are chosen by vote is republic country. Kind of like USA is a republic country, right? It's public again. Okay, the next word we have here is indivisible. It means not. Indivisible is kind of like divide. It cannot be separated. And people is kind of like they're going together and they're friends. They're not indivisible. They're not easy to go away. They're now very, very friendly. They're very kind to each other. They are indivisible. It cannot be separated by any others, right? So maybe indivisible can be best friends together or can be families together, right? In means not indivisible, means divide, right? So indivisible means it's not able to divide. Okay, so I will continue to talk about the Pledge of Allegiance. So maybe one of the Pledge of Allegiance in the United States is I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible will be liberty and justice for all. Maybe right? We are Vietnamese people, so we might say I pledge allegiance to the flag of Vietnam too, and to the republic for which it stands. I would love it. One nation under God, individuals, with liberty and justice for all. So you live in our country like Korea or China or whatever country is that, you will still be a pledge of allegiance to that country. So now let's see some more things about the flag of the United States. Okay? So some fun facts about the flag of the United States. I will teach you here. Okay, so the national flag of America has two old names. It was called the Stars and Stripes. Because why? Because in the flags you can see stars and stripes, or the Star Spangled Banner. The Star Spangled is kind of like boop 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 like this. Banner. Banner is kind of like a big band. So the 15 stars stand for 15 states. Of course, if you sit there and you count, that'll take you a long time. But if you count them, just fun. You can see there are 15 stars stand for the 15 states, and the 13 stripes stand for the first 13 stripes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. 13 old stripes stand for the first old 13 states, right? Yes, all the symbols on the flags tells more about the country, right? What about Vietnam? The star stands for kind of like the star that you can see up and the night. It's kind of like a shining kind of like the people in Vietnam who wearing the benches, kind of like the star. And the red is kind of like, in the past you can hear that many people are in the war, right? In the war with many countries and so many people died. But there's just freedom. So this card is kind of like for the blood of the people who has been died. I remember them very much. Do you? Yeah, so there are lots of different things. What about do you learn Japanese? I've learned Japanese, and the Japan's flag looks kind of like it has a sun, right? Why? Because it's in the first place where the sun comes in when the sun rises. The first place to see the sun rises in the world. Wow. So you can see that in Vietnam we call it Nhật, right? Nhật is kind of like a word in Korea or in Chinese, I think like that, that people say it is kind of like the sun. So the word is stand under the word Nhật is kind of like another word that stand in is kind of like the people who live right there. So it's called Japanese. Japan. Japan. Okay? Pretty easy, right? Do we have any others one? Let me check. Do you know more about our country's flag? Like Chinese flags or Korea flags? Please tell me if you know their meaning. Right? Okay, so let's do some project together. Here I have a chart that we will need to answer. We have the word justice. Justice means to be fair with others, treat people with fair ways. Honor means you show respect for them. Liberty means that, you know the word ready? Okay, so let's read. The Pledge of Allegiance is a promise to the American flaggers. Every morning, students face the flag and say it. Yeah, all people say it. The Pledge of Allegiance is a promise. What? Do you know? Okay, so this is the word honor. Promise to be honor means to be respect. Promise to be respectful for the American flag in the U.S. They show thanks day, right? So we have the word liberty. Liberty is kind of like many people's. And justice. With liberty means to be and kind of like in a free world, and justice to be fair with peoples, right? To be fair with people who are very different from them. Right? So, do you remember what did you learn today? Today we've learned about some flags in the world. We've learned about the Pledge of Allegiance of the United States. Okay? So I want you to remember all of these knowledge so that in your life you can use it. Okay? Now it's time to say bye. Bye.